Welcome back to another Bitcoin news update. I am How to Buy Bitcoin, and today I just want to briefly get into the chart first. So we are on the daily chart, and what we are seeing is exactly what we expected from the last video. Bitcoin was around here, and we expected the price to recover and touch this trend line here. This goes since April, and where we can expect to find some resistance. Now, if Bitcoin can break above this trend line, we would get a nice Pumposaurus all the way to the 100 moving average on the daily chart. And also I want to trace another trend line from the all-time high to this little high here. And this would be the price that we could see Bitcoin going. So around 28, 29,000. But that is still really far away. And I think the most likely scenario would be for Bitcoin to touch this trend line and fail. And then we have a new low. So we have to see what will happen. I will keep you updated. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on this type of update. Now let's get straight into the news. Mt. Gox could finally release its 150,000 Bitcoin into the market. This would flood the market and would be a complete disaster. And this could be the capitulation that Bitcoin needs in order to find a real bottom. And then finally, we can start recovering. So when will this happen? We still don't know yet, but the attorney said that he was preparing to make repayments to account holders. It appears those who lost money could actually receive their Bitcoin. Of course, if they want cash, Bitcoin would be sold in the market, and I believe a good portion of these 150k Bitcoin will be released into the market. So we could have a final crash. If you want to read this article for yourself, just go to Cointelegraph. That's where I like to get my crypto news, especially from this guy, William Suberg. This guy knows what he's talking about. 2 Bitcoin price prediction polls with the same outcome, 10,000 Bitcoin is coming. So this is what people are starting to expect now. So they polled the Chinese crypto community, and they are more cautious on Bitcoin than the Americans. Here we have some analysis that they think Bitcoin is going to around 12,500. Also the same price that I put on my chart as the first Bitcoin target for the downside. With a similar sentiment, Bitcoin is now in its longest ever extreme fear period. So you know the crypto fear and greed index is just been hanging low for a really long time, for months and months and months. So when does it end? Honestly, I think this makes a lot of sense because it is the first time that we're seeing a global depression since Bitcoin was created. There is no rush to buy Bitcoin. We have to wait until we see that capitulation with high volume. Not financial advice, this is just my opinion, of course. That said, something to note is that the US dollar index starting to weaken here a little bit. We have to keep that in mind also. If the dollar actually comes down strongly, that will help the Bitcoin price. In concerning news, Russia just passed this law banning digital assets as payments. That goes for almost every single government in the world right now. They are scared about crypto because they know that their fiat currency is worthless. So of course they will hate the competition. And that's something that we can expect happening in other countries, especially in the West. And the last news we have here is that OpenSea is laying off 20% of its staff. NFT is a dying industry. Turns out nobody wants to buy a JPEG or a link to a JPEG of a monkey to put on their Twitter profile. Nobody could see that coming. And that's not just NFTs. We see that with Gemini, Crypto.com, BlockFi, and Coinbase are also cutting hundreds of jobs. That said, some crypto exchanges are actually increasing the number of employees in the coming months. That would be Binance, Kraken, and FTX. By the way, Binance is the best crypto exchange. If you still don't have a Binance account, you can sign up with the link below, 20% off your Binance trading fees for life.